I grew up on a hill on the outskirts of a big city. The closest bus stop was a 45-minute walk down the hill. The nearest train station was the same walk on the other side of the hill.
We had moved to a small village. It had one bakery, one doctor, and one shop. That shop was really expensive, so we had to walk out of the village to buy affordable groceries or get needed services in other villages. Problem was, the buses were too few and far in between. We weren't well off. Each trip was a challenge.
I grew up in a mid-sized city, so we had decent mobility options. The tram stop was 3 minutes away from my house, and I could get a bus pretty much anywhere I wanted. Yet, I had a feeling of insecurity in public.
After school, I'd have to wait. I couldn't get home on my own, given options were scarce. I'd have to wait for my dad to come in his car, pick me up, and run errands on the way back.
Once I had to get some official papers done at the provincial capital. The distances aren't that far by car, but by public transport it's a whole different story. The whole journey took me 7 hours.
Nights were particularly ominous. The lighting wasn't the best, and I would look over my shoulder constantly. It was drilled into my psyche at a young age. Being out in public meant being at risk.
I only had my bike. It was either that, or I'd have to ask my parents or friends for rides. Not having mobility options felt trapping, isolating. I couldn't decide and had to depend on others to move around. I had no agency, neither did I have an easy access to mobility.
As I grew older, I realized having access to a car was what determined the jobs you could do, which shopping opportunities you had, and how mobile you were.
I would befriend people that lived close to me or took the same line. This helped me deal with my fears. Having someone to talk with or sit together on public transportation with helped reduce my vulnerability.
Kids who were better off received cars as gifts and were able to get a driver's license as soon as they turned 17. I didn't have those options, so my mobility was limited and was probably the reason why I moved to a bigger city as soon as I could.
I remember leaving home at 6 a.m. and getting back in the late hours of the evening. I couldn't eat outside because of our restricted household budget, so I would end up traveling for long hours with no food every day of the week.
To be honest, the needs of youth, women, or gender minorities often feel overlooked in rural areas, leading to feelings of being trapped or codependent.
To be honest, even if mobility options are available, they're not always comfortable for women and gender minorities. As soon as you step out, you become visible in public space.
To be honest, trying to accomplish something as a woman or gender minority with restricted mobility is extremely challenging. This causes people to miss out on job or advancement opportunities.